motor output is inhibited. Okay, and similarly in the deep sleeping state also, people have shown that there are certain regions of the brain which interact more, certain which interact less. People have shown that they are different, but still research needs to be done to find out what that actually means. Okay, thank you.
If you have more questions, you can have personal interaction after the formal closing of the function. I request the audience to be here for a minute for a formal vote of thanks. We are all extremely indebted to Dr. Gopikrishna for giving this enlightening talk. I happened to meet him a few weeks ago, and when I came to know he was in India for a few more days, I made this personal request to him whether he could give a talk at the Indian Institute of World Culture on some of his own research fields. He was kind enough to readily agree. And I asked him to suggest some topics, and typical of a researcher, he gave the titles of topics which are quite big. And when I discussed this with Justice Venkatasaraya, the president of our institution, so he suggested the title Brain and Mysticism. And you all know that he has given an excellent talk on this topic, and we know that the time available to him was extremely short for the expanse of the subject and the depths of the subject one can go to. I am extremely thankful to Dr. Narayan Datta, his speaker's father, so who himself was a research scientist at the Institute of Science, and he also studied a good deal of biomedical sciences and done a lot of work. In texts like Shvetashvatara Upanishad and Mundaka Upanishad, we do get descriptions of higher states of consciousness, what he was referring to, what scientists refer to as altered states of consciousness. I'm not equating the two in the sense that it's very difficult to get subjects who really tally with the kinds of descriptions that are obtained in yogic texts and texts on tantras and agamas where many of these are discussed. We are thankful to Dr. Gopikrishna for speaking on great issues in both senses, great issues and great issues. So, it was a few years ago that I attended one conference. It was done under the auspices of Dalai Lama. So, where scientists have studied higher states of consciousness, and the minimum number of hours a person was to have meditated in order to be eligible to a subject for those experiments was 16,000 hours of meditation he must have done. So it's only such people who are taken and experiments were done, and very interesting results have come out. You can look into what's called Mind and Life series, and you can go to Google and check that. One of the most interesting messages of this talk is that people who pretend to have attained higher states of consciousness can very easily be studied and found out. So the truth about their real attainments. I am extremely thankful to Dr. R.N. Nagaraj, the Honorary Secretary of this institution, who, when I broached this topic, was very happy to have this done here. And going by the kind of response that we have had, it's after a long time that the Indian World Culture has had such a good audience for functions like this. So I would like to request Dr. Gopikrishna to inform us every time he comes to Bangalore to inform us, and so if possible we can arrange a talk by him. So the question and answer session itself was very interesting and illuminating, and I am thankful to all who have participated, and the kind of interest this serious topic has generated is evidenced by the fact that almost every one of you is still seated. Usually functions close here around 7:15 and 7:30, and today it's getting close to 8, and still there are many in the auditorium, and there are many who may be keen to interact with him. So you may collect his email ID or telephone number and speak to him. On behalf of the Indian Institute of World Culture, we have a small token of appreciation to Dr. Gopikrishna. We request him to receive the same. Thank you all.